Good Thursday morning. In Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7, it says, "Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding." Today's title is Getting Understanding. So, Joshua 13 starts with us looking at Joshua's initial commencement of allotting, I should say, land to the 9.5 tribes on the west side of the Jordan because they have crossed over. Remember, on the east side of the Jordan, that 2.5 tribes, Reuben, Gad, and a half tribe of Manasseh were given preferential land over there. But there was a condition that, yes, you can have this land on this east side of the Jordan, but you must leave your women, your children, your livestock, and you must come and lead the battle. Be with these other men of the other 9.5 tribes so that they can conquer their land. Well, now there's a general conquering done. And so from 13 all the way to over to 21, we're told how Joshua divides the land according to what the Lord has already told him. Now, as he divided the land and he said, okay, everyone's good. So Reuben and Gad and the half tribe of Manasseh, you guys are free to go back on the other side. As they were traveling back, those 2.5 tribes, they got close to the Jordan and they said, we're on this side and they're on that side, even though we're one. In the coming generations, what if they tell our descendants, no, you can't come over here to worship. You're on that side and we're on this side. So they came up with the idea of building an altar. That altar would remind them, and they would tell the generations now and those following that that's a reminder that we are one. Yes, the Lord gave us this land on the east side of the Jordan, but those are our brothers and sisters on the west side of Jordan, and we worship the one God. Well, word came back to those 9.5 tribes. Hey, they built an altar, and there was a misunderstanding. They like, are they doing some kind of false idol thing? Like, haven't they seen what the Lord has done to those who go to pagan idols? They're afraid, but they're also angry. And so they prepare to go to war. But the blessing of the Lord, that it enters into the heads of some of those tribal leaders. And they say, well, let's go investigate. So a committee is sent to investigate. They don't just jump first and take action and then regret it later. It's a reminder to us. Get an understanding. Sometimes I have misunderstood a text because text doesn't show the emotion. You don't hear the voice tone. And sometimes we have smartphones that autocorrect. We meant one word, but they put another. So it's best to pick up a phone or to go directly to a person and get an understanding. There is nothing like communication, good communication, where you're talking and listening to one another. That's what's going to happen here, because as they go along and they come to Reuben and Gad, and the half tribe of Manasseh and says, hey guys, we don't understand. Like, if you guys are doing something, you remember what happened with Achan, because he did something wrong, we were all punished. We were defeated at Ai because of one man. And this 2.5 tribes, if you guys decide to follow false idols and go against our God, can you imagine the punishment? And so the eastern tribes, Reuben, Gad, and the half tribe of Manasseh said, oh, wait a minute. That's not what we're doing. They get a chance to explain. And they tell them, it says, then the people of Reuben, Gad answered and said, the Lord, the mighty one is God. The Lord, the mighty one is God. He knows the truth, and Lord, may Israel know it too. We have not built the altar in treacherous rebellion against the Lord. If we have done so, don't spare not one of our lives. The truth is, we have built this altar because we fear that in the future, your descendants will say to ours, what right do you have to worship the Lord, the God of Israel? The Lord has placed the Jordan River as a barrier between our people and your people of Reuben and Gad. You have no claim to the Lord, so your descendants may prevent our descendants from worshiping the Lord. So we decided to build the altar. It's not for burnt offerings or sacrifices, but it's a memorial. It will remind our descendants and your descendants that we too have the right to worship the Lord at his sanctuary with our burnt offerings, with our sacrifices, and our peace offerings. Then your descendants will not be able to say, you have no claim. There was joy in unity when Phinehas, the priest, and the leaders of the community, the heads of the clans of those other 9.5 tribes, heard this from Reuben, Gad, and the half tribe of Manasseh. They were satisfied. Proverbs 4:7 again says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. But in all of your getting, get understanding. The eastern tribes were able to explain because the western tribes didn't rush and act into war. They waited and communicated. Let's learn from them and wait and communicate. I love you. The Lord loves us. He so wants us to love one another. And God willing, I'll see you the next day. Be thankful this Thursday. Bye.